Failure. It's a word that scares most people. It's a feeling that makes us doubt ourselves, question our abilities, and even wonder if we're meant for success at all. But what if I told you that failure isn't the end? What if I told you that failure is the pathway to success? Think about the most successful people in history. Thomas Edison, the man who invented the light bulb; Michael Jordan, one of the greatest basketball players of all time; Oprah Winfrey, a global media mogul. They all have one thing in common: they failed. And they didn't just fail once, they failed many times. Edison failed over 10,000 times before he got the light bulb to work. But he didn't call them failures. He said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Imagine if he had stopped after the 100th or 1,000th attempt. The world would be a very different place today. Michael Jordan, one of the greatest athletes of all time, was cut from his high school basketball team because his coach didn't think he was good enough. But instead of quitting, he used that failure as fuel. He practiced harder, worked longer, and pushed himself beyond his limits. Later in his career, he said, "I have missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I have lost almost 300 games. On 26 occasions, I was trusted to take the game-winning shot and I missed. I have failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed." Now, I want you to ask yourself, how do you respond to failure? Do you let it define you? Or do you use it as motivation to become better? Failure is not the opposite of success. It is a part of success. Those who succeed are not the ones who never fail. They are the ones who refuse to give up. Think about a time in your life when you failed. Maybe it was a test you didn't pass, a business that didn't work out, or a relationship that ended. At that moment, you probably felt like giving up. You felt like you weren't good enough. But let me remind you, failure is only permanent if you quit. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is one simple thing: persistence. Look at Oprah Winfrey. She was fired from her first TV job because they said she wasn't fit for television. Now, she's one of the most influential media personalities in the world. Look at Walt Disney. He was told he lacked creativity and was fired from a newspaper. If he had listened to that criticism, we wouldn't have Disney today. Success is built on failure. Every mistake, every setback, every rejection is a stepping stone toward where you're meant to be. So when you fail, don't give up. Instead, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I do better next time? What's the next step forward? You are stronger than you think. You are more capable than you believe. And no failure, no setback, no rejection can stop you unless you let it. So the next time you fail, I want you to remember this: you are not your failures. You are your perseverance. No great success story ever happened without struggle. Every champion, every leader, every innovator has faced failure. But what set them apart was their decision to keep going. If you're struggling right now, if you feel like you failed too many times to get back up, let me remind you, this is not the end. You still have time. You still have strength. You still have everything you need to turn things around. Failure does not mean you are not worthy. It means you are trying. It means you are pushing yourself beyond your limits. It means you are on the path to something greater. Keep moving, keep growing, keep believing in yourself, because one day, you will look back at this moment and realize it was just a chapter, not the whole story. What's one lesson failure has taught you? Share your thoughts in the comments and let's support each other on this journey. If this message resonated with you, share it with someone who needs to hear it today. Let's inspire each other to keep going, no matter what. Thank you for watching and see you in next video.